Hello and welcome to Apex Online Racing Season 6 Tier 7. Today we're bringing you highlights of the third race of the season from a wet track in Hungary. And as you'd expect, when the rains come, anything can happen. Heading into the race, the top of the Drivers' Championship is led by Matt Cooley, followed by Paul Hinsley and Robert Fodor, with a host of very capable drivers still in contention for the coveted podium spots. Following a drenched qualifying session, the starting grid is headed by Jason Dyer, staking his claim with a 151.057. Just behind him is Ben Hitchcock with a 151.2, and in third, Ivor Kangsep with a 151.3. As expected, the rest of the field remains very closely packed all the way back to P36, who is only 2.9 seconds off of pole position. P4 was Hendrik Saros, P5 Robert Fodor, P6 Marcin Olejas, Jordan Watson, Dami Ayo, Matt Cooley, Wilfred Bejo, Lucas Zieg, Daniel Smith. In P12 is the last driver in the 151s. John Becker in P13 was the first in 152s with the 152.01. Then Tripp, then Paul Hinsley, Matt O'Brien, Karol Paikara, Lord Nem, Nins, Kirill Pojarski, Sindri Ragnarsson, Jamie Ellis, Torpedo, Hakan Schott, Gav Diesel, Ondrej Kuchar, Steven Beeswax, Uros Hujaz, Domagoj Tonzitic, Steph Farrell, Radomir Kazerski, Adam Bowers, Conor McCarthy, Master of Dirt, Daniel Oppenheisen, and Nick Kononov rounding out the grid. This is bound to be a corker. As the drivers complete the warm-up lap and approach the start-finish line, we are on board with the leaders of the pack. We're coming up on the lights, and we're away. Jason Dyer, clearly out in front, gets a jump on Ben Hitchcock and Ivor Kangsep, and the field fans out as usual behind him. What a sight to behold. Everyone flying into turn 1. Looks like a relatively clean start. Oh no, there are incidents at the back, I believe. Or was the computer just misinforming me? I'm sure the stewards will have a look at that again. But so far, it looks like a clean race start for everyone. Oh no! Oh no! Carnage! There is absolute carnage. The car 7.6 losing it on the grass. Oh, and everyone's gone wide. Everything's gone pear-shaped in the middle of the pack. Oh, I'm sure the stewards will be having a look at that as the race goes on. But what a start to the race. Everything that the drivers did not want to happen has happened. There's been contact, cars have spun around. The pack is broken up in the first lap. Oh, and right off the bat, Jordan Watson charging forward, having a look at Robert Fodor. It's Audi on Audi. What's it going to be? Oh, no. Robert Fodor just runs wide and lets Jordan Watson through. And I believe that's Matt Cooley finding his way through as well. As we approach the final corner on the track, Jordan Watson claims the position from Robert Fodor. Matt Cooley is right behind him. Not a start that anyone really wanted. Meanwhile, for TWG Racing, Sindri Ragnarsson in his glorious Ferrari 811 having a go at Jamie Ellis. And everyone still seems to be filtering in for position in this lap 3. Done well to stay out of all the carnage of earlier. And Sindri makes his pass stick. Sindri is through on Jamie Ellis. I believe that puts him up to P16 currently. Wow, well done, Sindri. Ivor Kangsep on lap 4. Ben Hitchcock runs wide. Ben Hitchcock runs very wide on lap 4. Allows Ivor Kangsep to pull up alongside him as they approach turn 3. Oh, they leave themselves enough space. Ivor's going to have the inside line for the next corner, but I think Ben Hitchcock got a better run out. They're side by side. Oh, what fantastic racing in the wet. What's it going to be? Ben Hitchcock keeps his position. Ivor Kanksen backs out. We are back as we were. Ben Hitchcock in P2, Ivor in P3. Meanwhile, Hendrik Saros, after a fantastic drive last time out, finds himself in the middle of the pack. He's having a look at Matt O'Brien in the Nissan GTR. They're side by side. They're going up the hill in the wet. What's it going to be? It looks like Hendrik has just made his stick. Matt O'Brien wisely pulls out and lets Hendrik have the corner. He already had the inside. There was no way they were both going to fit through that corner. Hendrik Saros has made a move up to P17. I'm sure he'll be looking to better this position considering his results last time out. Meanwhile, Nins and Sindri, two familiar faces between them. They have had many a battle between themselves. Sindri's having a look at Nins up the inside after turn one. Sindri's ahead going into the corner, but Nins has the inside. Nins claims the inside and sticks with it. Oh no, Sindri's going backwards a little bit there, but it's okay. They're all back in position and the race continues with Beeswax Racing Car. That is an interesting livery there, Mr. Nins. I'm sure the paint job man will be around soon to fix that. Meanwhile, Conor McCarthy is having a look at Tripp. It's the Bentley on Audi. What's it going to be? Connor's on the curbs. Tripp's had a little bit of a wobble. The 420 is going around the outside. Is it going to stick? Nope. Conor does right. Conor is first to the chicane, and Conor keeps the position. He is he is on tenterhooks over there. He is fighting with everything he has to keep Tripp behind him. And so far, it is working fantastically. Now, Jordan Watson's having a look at Andrej Kuchar in the Mercedes. Not many Mercedes on the grid so far. But Andrej is doing a fine job of keeping his position. And he keeps Jordan behind him. Nope. Andrej is in the grass. He's in the wall. He loses two positions. Adam Bowers and Jordan Watson happily take the positions off of him, and Andrej will have it all to do to get it back. And Jordan Watson's leading from Andrew Bowers. Oh, looks like a little touch between Hackenschott and Staffarel on lap 9. Oh, Staffarel's Ferrari looks a little worse for wear right now, but he's doing a good enough job keeping Hackenschott behind him. Hackenschott, we know, is a fast driver from his outing last time out. Hackenschott just goes around the outside of him. Staffarel backs out. I'm not entirely sure if that was for tactical reasons or his car just could not make the corner, but Hackenschott is through. First to the chicane, no worries whatsoever. The Lexus chumps the curbs. Did you know the Lexus was good in the wet? Oh, on lap 10 we have Wilfred Biggio having a look at John Becker. John Becker and another Lexus, the 114 Lexus. Wilfred, after a fantastic race out last time, is looking for another good result for himself here. We have Ayo leading from Becker, leading from Wilfred. And what's going to happen here as we approach the final sector of the lap? It looks like a regular one from the other. Nothing's happening. There's nothing to see there, people. Wilfred is just putting pressure on. Meanwhile, on lap 11, Gav Diesel is having a look at the Master of Dirt. The Master of Dirt having a little wibble, and Gav is alongside. Oh, going through the funky parts of the track, and Gav just makes that stick. That Mercedes handling these tricky corners a little bit better than the Audi currently. Oh no, and Gav goes into a slide. It's Tokyo Drift time, except we're in Hungary. That was the last time out. Oh, Master of Dirt reclaims his position. He will be happy to see that. And once again, they're having a look at themselves once more. It's lap 12. The 420 of Tripp is in the background. He's trying to have a peek through. They're climbing up the hill. What's going to happen? Is he going to make it? Oh, they make contact. They make contact, and Gav is having to cut the corner to keep his car alive. The Master of Dirt is in the lead. It looks like the 420 has made his way through. Staffarel's off in the background. It's all happening. It is all happening. The Master of Dirt maintains his position in P19. Tripp is the overall winner of that battle, it looks like. Now coming out of the pits, Ben Hitchcock. Remember, he was in P2 coming into the pits. Ooh, he just gets passed on the exit. But I know he's going to have a look right back at Paul Hinsley. And there he is. He's on the inside. He's now going to be the outside of the next corner. And he just makes his stake. Paul Hinsley does not have the traction out. Ben Hitchcock straight from the pits with an overtake. He is a man on a mission today. And he is charging on. As you can tell, the first stages of the pit stops have started happening. Ben Hitchcock coming in early. His strategy may or may not work out for him. We will see. Meanwhile, Sindri Ragnarsson having a look at Jamie Ellis once again. It's lap 14. They're in P9 and P10. Sindri's using the curbs, very brave man in the Ferrari. We know that Ferrari does not like the curbs, but he makes it work. He's chasing down Jamie Ellis. They're having a look at each other all the way up in the final sector of this lap. What's it going to be? Jamie Ellis keeps it nice and clean. The pressure not getting to him. That Nissan looking nice and sturdy in the wet. Gojia is here to stay. Meanwhile, Hendrik Sarras is having a look at Wilfred Bijou. Wilfred is always in the wars, and he always keeps it clean. And this looks like another fine pass about to happen. This time, it's Hendrik on Wilfred, and Hendrik is through. Hendrik is through on Wilfred Bijou. Oh, no, Wilfred's trying to pull it back around on the outside of turn 1. Nope, nothing doing. Lap 16, Hendrik Sarras makes a pass on Wilfred Bijou into turn 1. And we're away. Hendrik Sarras is in P18. Ellis in P19. Meanwhile, on lap 17, Ben Hitchcock charging back up the field after his pit stop. He has everything to gain right now. He has a look at Ivor Kangsep. Oh, I think the pressure's got to Ivor. Ivor's run very wide into turn 1. Ben has probably run a bit wider than he wanted to, but he would not be complaining. He is far and away into the lead over Ivor Kangsep. This is looking like a fine race for Ben Hitchcock. This is what he came for. After a horrible first race, Monza was not the race he wanted. He put it back together in Suzuka, and now he's giving it the big ones right here. Meanwhile, Lord Nem and Adam Bowers, similar matching livery, different cars. But Adam Bowers with the dive through. Lord Nem with the cutback. Is it going to make it work? Oh, Lord Nem, it's 6-6 Aston Martin. It's a drag race. It's a drag race to turn 3. Lord Nem has got the inside. Adam Bowers is trying to go around the outside one more time. He's trying to look for the cutback. There is no cutback. Lord Nem keeps it nice and sensible as they go into the right-hander before they climb up the hill. Nope, nothing seeing there, people. Meanwhile, Robert Fordo in lap 20 is having a nice look with a nice battle with Steven Beswick. It's for P16 and P17. Beswick just runs wide. Beswick runs wide in the last corner. Allows Robert Fordo alongside. Robert will gladly take that. He's got the traction and he's going to go. He pulls away from Steven Beswick's racing team car. He will not be very pleased with that, but he will be overall quite happy with his positioning in the grid so far. He has done very well to climb up the grid. He's currently in P17. That was the battle for P16 and P17. Meanwhile, Marcin Olizard having a look at Nick Kononov. It's lap 20. It's the McLaren on the Lexus. The Lexus, did you know, was good in the wet? It's the 210 is straight through. I do not know what happened to Kononov right there. Misjudged his braking. Misjudged. Something has gone wrong, but Marcin Olizard is nice and through. 210 is in the lead from Nick Kononov. And there's a train of cars forming behind them. Meanwhile, John Becker and Conor McCarthy are having a little play in lap 22. You can see the spray flying off of the cars. John Becker having a look at Conor McCarthy. Yep, he's just pulled up alongside him. It's for P7, P6. And Conor McCarthy's backed out of it. And John Becker is through. John Becker is through on Conor McCarthy for P6 on lap 22. He keeps the line clean, approaches the chicane. I think this position is all his. Indeed it is. That Lexus showing what dominance it has in the wet up front. Meanwhile, Steph Farrell and Radomir Kazerski having a look at each other on lap 21. Oh, what's this? Damn it, Ayo slipped back to P30. Something must have happened out there. Anyway, that's not what we're looking at right now. Steph Farrell having a charge down at Radomir Kazerski. Radomir is quite way away on this lap, so something spectacular must be happening. Oh no, he's passed him. He has passed him already. Our cameraman was too slow to pick it up, but Steph Farrell has made the pass on Radomir Kazerski. Radomir Kazerski is having a look right back at Steph Farrell. Oh, this battle is heating up. Radomir looks on the outside, cuts it back on the inside, approaching the chicane. Steph Farrell has no traction, nothing he can do about that. Radomir's first to the chicane, munches the curbs as you do in the Aston Martin, and he's away. Steph Farrell, meanwhile, is left to battle with Uruz Hujak in the background. Oh, that 98 Aston Martin looking the worse for wear, but doing its job. Meanwhile, on lap 23, the 420 of Tripp and Gav Diesel, side by side through turn 1. The 420 on the inside of turn 1. Gav Diesel not yielding position yet because he knows he has the inside for the next corner. It's now a race. Who's going to get there first? Oh, they both have claim to their lines. They both keep it clean. Gav Diesel keeps it nicely done on the inside. He is first to the right-hander up the hill, and he's away. Nice try from Tripp, but he will have to regroup and come again. That Bentley sitting nice in the water. I think it was called a boat leak. Meanwhile, Lord Nem having a look at Adam Bowers. Oh, whoa. Adam Bowers wide. Adam Bowers very wide. Oh, and he seems to have lost control of the car. Lord Nem just glides on through. The Aston Martin doing what the Aston Martin does best. Very nice driving from Lord Nem. Good concentration. Adam Bowers will be very upset with himself about that, and he will be trying to get back that position as soon as he can. That's for P18 and P19. Meanwhile, Gav Diesel and Tripp still having a ding-dong in the middle of the pack. It's for P21 and P22. Gav Diesel's leading Tripp. Ooh, entering the second sector here, and Gav Diesel and Tripp are side by side. I think Gav has got the better traction approaching the chicane. He's got the better line, definitely, and he keeps his nose in front, gets the car all the way in front. That Bentley munching curbs, looking for a way past, trying to find his way past, and Gav keeps him in his background. Meanwhile, Carol Paikara and Hendrik Saras are having a little fight over here. Looks like it's for P8. Hendrik just misses his braking. That Honda, they both missed the braking. Oh, but I think Carol has the better of the bad situation, but Hendrik has a straight launch up, and he is charging straight down on Carol's rear bumper. I'm not sure if he can make anything happen, but he will be having a look again for the rest of the race, trying to find his way through. Meanwhile, in the background, we had Sindri. Up, and at the front of the pack, we had Nins pulling a Spenzi. It looks like Nins had pulled a Spenzi. He's leading the pack. He's in first place. He has nothing to do, and he decides to take his car for a 360. Right into the wall. Oh, no, Spenzi. What is you doing? And he's back on track. Spenzi is back on track. He's leading from Ben Hitchcock and Ivor Kangsep. And Jason Dyer. That front three just shuffled about between themselves. I do not believe Nins is pitted at this point, so I believe his next course of action will be to pit. Meanwhile, Dami Ayo is having a look at Domagoj Tonzitic. This is on lap 30 for P25 and 24. Oh, they're side by side going up the hill. It's a Ferrari and McLaren. It's a murder. It's a Ferrari and McLaren murder. I think there was contact. Domagoj Tonzitic is off the track. That will be one for the stewards to look at. On first glance, can't say much about it. But, oof, that was a close one. It's the final lap of the race as well. That was for P24. Meanwhile, Ben Hitchcock, after Nins has had to pit from his lead, Ben Hitchcock comes in, leading the race. Looks like our winner for today is Ben Hitchcock. What a come around for him. He has gone from struggling over at Monza to a decent performance at Suzuka, middle of the pack, and now he is front. He is leading this race. Ben Hitchcock has won the race in wet Hungaroring. He will be chuffed to bits about that. Well, Ivor Kangsep comes in second, doing wonders for his position on the team standings, and Jason Dyer from P1 to P3. He will take that, still on the podium, but not very happy with himself. Now let's have a look at what that means for the driver standings. At the top of the table, we have Matt Cooley with 227 points. Jason Dyer is in second, 181. Paul Hensley in third, 168. Wilfred Bijol has made it into the top 5 with 164 points, level with Robert Fordor. John Becker, 151 in P6. Ivor Kangsep in P7 with 145. Jimmy Ellis, P8, 140. Ben Hitchcock after his win with 140 as well. And Hendrik Saros rounds up the top 10 with 132. The rest of the top 18, Lucas Zaig, Torpedo, Harlan Hatter, Gav Diesel, Nins, Conor McCarthy, and Matt O'Brien. Oh, and don't forget Domagoj Tonzitic in P18. Been a close season so far, with decent results from anyone in the bottom half of the table, able to propel them into the top 20. Now let's go have a look at the team standings. With 8 confirmed teams for this season, we have Phoenix Racing in P8 with 62 points, TWG Racing in 7th with 92, Mercs and Recreation, only Mercedes in P6, Beeswax in P5, the Big Boat in P4, FTW Racing P3, McVitie's Chocolate Hobnobs in P2, which means the 488 team is in P1 with 265 points. And that's it for this race. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. It's Bathurst, 90 minutes. And those walls will be coming in close. So thank you once again for joining us. It's been fantastic. We look forward to seeing you next week. And we know what's happening next week. It's 90 minutes. Yes, you heard me right. 90 minutes of Bathurst, Mount Panorama in Australia. It's going to be epic. Take care.